What did it cost you to set this up?
I've always had in me this urge to come back home. So, and that was a huge mistake on our part, because if we're then doing the research and then actually coming to Ghana, it's
And actualizing it, yeah.
it's a different ballgame altogether.
Right.
Yeah, but the feeling when I'm in Ghana is so different from when I'm anywhere in the world. When I'm in Germany, I always have so many health issues. Like I have allergies, I have this, I have that, and here, nothing.
Yeah. Why are several diasporans relocating to Ghana and other African countries all over the world in recent times to set up various businesses? In this video, we get to speak to Cecilia, who's relocated from Germany to set up this grocery delivery service right here in Ghana. She shares her journey, she shares her story, she shares all the details on what she invested, how everything is going. There's tons to learn in this video. Let's get right into it, and I hope you enjoy. As you guys know, I've made it a point to keep showcasing businesses in Ghana. Both businesses from locals, businesses from people that have relocated from the diaspora, in the hope to teach you guys and educate you guys about what it takes to run a business in Ghana. In this video, I've got a lovely lady by the name of Sissy, who has relocated from the UK to Ghana and is running this beautiful grocery delivery service you see right behind me. Let's go and have a chat to her. We're going to get to find out what it took to get to the point she's at right now, the challenges, the costs involved, all that good stuff. If you want to see more of this business related content, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Let's go and have a chat to her. Hi, Sissy.
Hi, Jasmine.
Can you tell my subscribers who you are? Because, I mean, I told them you own this store, but that's pretty much it. So can you introduce yourself to them?
Yes, of course. So my name is Cecilia. I own the store actually with my husband, and we moved from Germany to set up this.
Yes. I said the UK. I don't know where I got that from.
No, people always say that because I lived there for a bit.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so we moved down to set up Consume.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. How long were you in Germany for?
So I grew up there, basically.
Okay.
Did high school.
Okay.
And then did uni in the UK, went back to Germany to continue, did my master's there. And then, so I've lived outside of Ghana for 19 years now.
Right, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so why did you decide to move here?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I've always wanted to come back to Ghana. I think I can relate to your story because I went to high school here. And then when it was time to leave, I just didn't want to go. For me, this is home. This is where my friends are.
Yeah.
Growing up here, I had a fantastic childhood.
Yeah.
And had been to Germany on holidays, and I didn't like it. It was cold. The people were grumpy.
Yeah.
So when my parents finally told us we were moving, I was so devastated. I was like, no, I don't want to go from Ghana to Germany.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're young, you don't really have a say in
Not
where
really,
you want to live and what you want to
Yeah.
do with your life. So we moved to Germany. I've always had in me this urge to come back home. So in the last 19 years, I visited Ghana 10 times.
Right, okay.
At 21, I bought my flight ticket by myself.
Right.
My parents were against it. I was like, no, I'm going to Ghana. I'm going to visit my friends. I'm going to see my cousins. I'm going to see family. And then after that, I think my parents sort of eased up a bit because I was like, oh, she went by herself and she was able to do it. So I just came almost every year after that by myself.
Okay.
And for me, it's like, wow, Ghana is so lovely. After uni, I just want to come back here and stay here and work here. So in 2016, I moved back to work with an organization here. It was for a year and a half, and then due to certain some personal issues, I had to go back to Germany. Okay. So after a year and a half, I left, and people are always like, "Yeah, that's what you people do.
Yeah, I know."
You come, and when it's convenient for you, you leave." But it was beyond that. It was very tragic. So I went back, went to work there again, got more experience. We saved up money. And we're like, you know what, we're going back to Ghana. This is not it. We don't like it here. Yeah. We don't really have friends here. Yeah. It's cold.
Yeah.
So that's the story.
That's right. What work did you do over in Germany?
I was working with Ecosia. So what we do is we plant trees in different parts of the world. It's a search engine basically. And when people search on Ecosia and they click on the ads, the money that we generate, we use it to we plant trees around the world. So they even have projects in Ghana
awesome.
and other parts of Africa. So I was the office manager and HR operations manager there as well.
Okay.
So it was quite good. Nice. Yeah, it was a good work environment. It was very the people there are the most lovely people on the planet. Like they're very eco-friendly.
Yeah.
They think about the planet. They think about people before themselves. And I was like, you know what? I love it here, but I really want to go back. But the feeling when I'm in Ghana is so different from when I'm anywhere in the world. When I'm in Germany, I always have so many health issues. Like I have allergies, I have this, I have that, and here, nothing. So I guess this is what I'm meant to be.
No, I get it. I can totally relate, like you said. So what did you have to do in preparation once you decided that you were finally going to move after you had come and returned?
Yes. So we started saving up, not knowing what business we wanted to do in Ghana. And we had a plan. We said, okay, maybe in 3 years' time, we know we're going to move, but we need to figure out what business we're going to set up. And during the lockdown, there were several businesses that sprang up doing grocery delivery. So within 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you order online and then they bring it to you. And my husband and I were like, wow, we use the service. This is awesome. Because in Ghana, this traffic, there are people who are very busy. They have the money, they can afford to order things online. They're tech savvy. Why don't we try this model in Ghana and put our money into this business? So we took a bit of a loan, added our personal savings to it, and then we started doing the research. So I was going on LinkedIn, reaching out to as many people as I could, like major suppliers, importers in Ghana, telling them about the business idea. And okay, we want to set up a grocery delivery business, but we would need you to be supplying us with, the items to sell. So it was just a lot of research, reaching out to people. So before we came, I already knew where my supplies were going to come from. It took me about 6 months of research, and I knew I had a whole Excel sheet. I knew exactly who I was contacting when I land. We had already secured the location because my brother-in-law lives here, so he sort of went around looking for the ideal space for us to start the business. He went ahead and registered the business on our behalf, and then he just sent us the documents via scan, and then we just signed it. So location was secured, suppliers were on wait, or they were on hold, and then we had like all the carpenters and stuff on standby. So that's what happened. It was just thorough research.
Right.
But then doing the research and then actually coming to Ghana it's
and actualizing it,
it's a different ballgame altogether.
Right. I mean, it's very easy. I get what you're saying. When you're over there, you're like, okay, I've done A, B, and C. As soon as I come, everything should be in place and it should run smoothly. But it's rarely ever the case.
True.
So what was that like for you when you finally moved and actually started the business?
When we came, we came in October of 2021. And we said we're going to launch the business in a month's time. So we had to deal with carpenters first of all. But when we got the space, we had to fix it and renovate it to our taste. And that part of the job took so long, like just getting like painters, getting people who would come and do the carpentry. It took us like a whole month. So we changed 3 carpenters, 3 companies basically. The first one came, every week there was a new, like, oh, we need more money. And it was just giving us new invoices, even though we had agreed on the price. At some point, he just stopped picking our calls. He'll tell us we'll come to work, and he wouldn't show for 2 days. It was just a lot of back and forth. So we changed carpenters 3 times. And then after that was when we had to get the supplies. So that was also another headache, because they'll tell you, oh, madam, we're on our way today. We'll bring the supplies to you. It's like, oh, we're sorry, we're stuck in traffic somewhere. We'll bring it tomorrow. And it was just little things. The 4-week plan we had to set up ended up taking 2 months. And even after the 2 months, we weren't fully there. But we're like, it's never going to be perfect. So we're just going to do with what we have. So when we started, we didn't even have a lot of things in place. We're like, we're just going to start. Because it was in December, and 10th of December, we're like, we're doing this. Because if we don't do it, we'll never start.
I think that's a good way to go, because you never have it perfect, do you?
No.
So with the suppliers that you found online, are they the same ones you're using now? Were they actually there? Because sometimes you find them there and you come and they're not even there. So what was that? Like, did that work out exactly how you expected in terms of the suppliers you found? Are you still using them now?
Yes, we're using the same ones and more.
Oh, okay.
So the model of our businesses, we want to support as many local businesses as possible. So we have people who produce jam, honey, tea, rice, all of those. And we want to have them present in our shop as well. So it was easier to reach the foreign suppliers. So those who do American groceries, UK groceries, those were very easy to reach. But actually finding the local businesses who produce the things we wanted, that was a bit of a challenge. So we started watching YouTube videos. And there was this, I think City FM was organizing this Made in Ghana fair or something like that. So that was the video that actually gave us a lot of the contacts we needed, because they went around the vendors, talking to them and what they had, rice, oil, honey, this, eggs. So I literally sat down and wrote a whole list of all the vendors that were in that video, and I started reaching out to them on WhatsApp. And so most of them, we're still using them, and we've gotten more supplies through that as well.
Okay. So in terms of location, you were telling me you used to be in Osu. So can you tell me a little bit about that as well? Why have you moved to, this is Chado, is it?
Yes, it's
why have you
Teshi Bush Road.
Oh,
literally like, I think 2 minutes drive from Chad.
Okay,
yes.
Okay. So why have you moved from Osu? Because Osu is like prime area. That's where everyone wants to be.
Exactly.
So I guess that's why you had gone there initially.
Yes.
So why have you moved here now?
That's a good question. I think before people move to Ghana, don't think, you know what, I've secured the loan I need, so I'm going to get the fanciest place in the fanciest neighborhood because, you know, that way people will see my business more. And that was a huge mistake on our part, because if we had found a cheaper place, it would have saved us so much money. But we just went all out and thought Osu or nothing. So we found a perfect location because we started Consume as an online business first. So we only delivered, and people couldn't walk into the shop to buy. So we had a big house. We got the house to ourselves. We had downstairs, using it as a storage unit. The upstairs was the place where the whole business was happening. And we were paying in dollars. So when we came, the landlady mentioned how much she was going to charge in dollars. We're like, oh, that's fine. Compared to, we were always comparing it to Germany. It's like, oh, in Germany, this would have been way more expensive. So this is fantastic. And at the time, the rate was $1 to 6 cedis.
Right.
So it was okay. We could do with it.
Yeah.
And then we mistakenly secured the place for just a year, because we didn't know what the future of the business would be, what trajectory the business was going to take. So, and then a year later, as everybody knows, you know, the economy of Ghana is just, the cedi keeps depreciating, and now we have $1 to, I don't even know what the rate is anymore. 14 cedis.
Yeah.
So we're paying 1 to 6. So imagine if you're paying, let's say, $500. At the time, you're paying 3,000 cedis.
Yeah.
And then a year later, you have to cough up like almost 7,000 cedis.
Yeah.
For our business, it just
double.
wasn't making sense. How many groceries do we have to sell to cough up that rent?
Yeah.
So we spoke to the landlady. We just couldn't come to an agreement. So we literally had like 2-3 weeks. We drove around town. There was a lovely lady. She owns a business. Her name is Big Sam's. So I reached out to her, like, oh, you're in Chado. Do you know any like places that are renting? And she was like, oh, just stop by, and we can take a drive. So she left her business that day, sat in the car with me, and we drove around town. She was like, oh, I know a location here. I know one there. And I came here, and she literally led us here.
Right.
So like, we're so grateful, because I didn't even know where to begin looking for a new place.
Yeah. And I think in all this, like, the most constant thing is being adaptable, right? Because what you think you're gonna get isn't what you're going to get.
No.
So if you're adaptable, then the chances that you can stay here long term is very high, because you just can't predict it. You know what I mean? You can't predict it, yeah. So how has the experience been for you so far? You know, when you think about personal life and then business as well, how has it been? How long have you been here now? Is it?
So I was
end of 2022 now. So
a year
exactly, yeah. How has the experience been like for you?
So it's been bittersweet. I won't lie. It's been bittersweet. There are days I question myself. I'm like, you had a job. You know, you had regular income coming in.
Yeah.
You had all the coziness of being abroad. And you decide you want to come to Ghana. You want to hustle. And my mom always says this about me. She's like, why do you like the struggle? Like, why? You like, why? You like struggling. Like, you can have things the easy way, but you always choose the hard way. And I'm like, because if I'm going to be in my comfort zone, I'll never experience like the things I can be able to achieve. I'd never, push myself to the limit. So the experience has been, I'll say on one side, has been fantastic. Fortunately or unfortunately, we moved location, and it's been a huge plus for us because now we have supermarkets where people can actually walk in to shop, and we do the deliveries as well, which is a win-win for us.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, you know, we have, like, we've learned. The learnings are a lot. You know, now we're more cautious. When we moved to this location, we were more cautious. We weren't just dishing out money. When people say, oh, the carpenters say it's going to cost you 10,000 cedis, we're like, yeah, take. Now we're more careful. Like, we need invoices. We need you to show us, you know, what you've achieved so far. Send us pictures. Do this, do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, you learn every single day when you come to Ghana. You learn to adapt. You learn how to communicate with people.
Yeah.
You learn, like, you sort of build your own network as well.
Yeah.
So when you need help, you know who to call and who to reach out to.
Yeah.
So it's been I'd say overall the future is looking bright.
Good.
You know, when we came, the last few months we're like, oh my goodness, maybe we should just fold up and leave. You know, it's not too late. We've lost the money we invested, but we can start. We're still young. But now I'm like, you know what? Actually, there's potential in this business, and I think we can stay and we can make it work.
Yeah. So what do you have in your shop? What do you sell in your shop?
We sell pretty much everything. So we have the UK items people like. We have the sauces. We have different diapers as well from the UK. We're now getting the American groceries to come in. People like the Pediasure, the Ensure, the rice, the oil. Some people are very particular about, you know, where they get their things from. Some are like, oh, I like American groceries because I'm from the US. I like British groceries. So we have everything. We stock. It's basically a mixture of local and foreign in one supermarket. And we do fresh produce. We're starting to do bread slowly. We've partnered with a bakery that does fantastic, delicious bread. We have frozen items. So if you want meat, we don't sell just like any meat from anybody. We sell really organic meat. And we know the supplier. We know how she rears the animals. So yeah, we have meats, frozen vegetables, fruits, samosas, you name it. So if you walk into a supermarket, we want it to be that one-stop shop where you can get everything you need, and it's at affordable prices as well.
And what has sales been like? Have you had a lot of customers coming in since you started?
Yes, so we haven't officially launched here yet. But somehow, because we're in a good location, people see the supermarkets, they see it's open, they walk in, they buy a few items. So I think once we actually officially launch, which will be at the end of this week, people will be coming in to shop. And it's going really well.
That's awesome. Like, to be able to sustain it up until this point, it's not some small thing, you know.
It's not a joke.
It really isn't a joke. Yeah, so I think you've done well.
Thank you.
What about staffing, like finding staff? Because I know that's something that a lot of businesses struggle with, you know, and I've had my own experiences with that as well. So what's that been like for you, and what have you done to make sure it's like...
It's been one of the most challenging parts of this business. So initially, when we're doing the delivery, it was basically friends and family helping us because we couldn't find the right people to work with. We had employees, but there'll be issues, so we'd let them go. You know, some of them won't come to work, and then they'll tell you they went to church, they went to an all-night service, that's why they didn't show up. Or like the whole week, instead of coming at 8:30, they'll come at like noon, and they think it's okay. So we had to let go of a few people. So that's been one of the challenges of this business. And now that we're in a new location, we're still facing that challenge because you need to find people who are flexible enough to work in the supermarkets. You know, they have that customer service that you want. They know how to talk to people. They can sell. You know, they're good salespeople as well. And also the times we're opening 8:30 till 9 p.m. So you need to find people who, you know, they can work it out. Do night shift, do day shift, but pretty much flexible, and that's where the challenge has been. Really. So we're still looking.
So that's still something you're still trying to figure out.
Yes, we're still searching for employees.
Okay, so. Well, if there's anyone that's watching and might be interested, you can definitely hit her up. So you know how you were telling me, like with the dollar rate changes and stuff like that, how has that affected the pricing of your things, and how are you working around it? Because I imagine it's affected it because
heavily.
And it will affect how many customers want to come and buy as well. So how are you working around that?
So with the local groceries, we have suppliers. So I drive to Tema myself. I go to Unilever, I go to Nestle, and I'm always there. So with those, I don't think they increase it that much. But with the businesses that import all their raw materials or the ones that import the US, UK groceries, you realize the prices can double. So you buy an item today, the following month you go and it's doubled. And most customers actually think we are the ones increasing the prices of the products we're so expensive now. Some are like, oh, when you started you were very affordable. Now I can't even shop on your store. And I keep telling people it's not us. So hard now. When you take 300 cedis to buy items, when people come here, you can buy 4 items and that's like 300 cedis. So it's not us. It's a whole chain. It starts from the top down. So that businesses, major businesses like Unilever, Nestle, even though they're producing here, they import most of the things.
They
so it
used to
affects
produce,
exactly affects the prices. So we're trying to adjust. We're trying not to be greedy. I'll put it in quotes. Every time we sit down, we're like, you know what? Let's be realistic. If we buy this thing for 19 cedis, ain't no way we're going to sell it for 30. That's really ridiculous. So let's be realistic. What are we factoring in? You know, when we're setting the prices. Okay, 22.99, 23.99. That's fair. But you can see other shops like if they buy it for 19, and I'm wondering like, how are you selling this for 31 when you bought it for 19? Because I go and buy the things as well.
How are you getting your business out there? How are you telling people about what you're doing and that you're here? I mean, there's people that see you and just walk in. But are you doing anything else online to sort of advertise?
So we've been doing a lot of social media ads. We do Instagram ads, Facebook ads. We did billboards when we started. Cost us a fortune. I won't advise any starting business to do that anymore. Now what we're doing is trying to reach out to all these like radio stations, TV stations. Like, you know, Christmas is coming, there'll be so many people in town, there's going to be traffic. I think this business is something people need to hear about so that when they're at home, they can just order from us. I'm always writing to friends and family like, oh, do you know anyone who works in a radio station? Do you know anyone who's working in a TV station? Reaching out to YouTubers like yourself. So it's basically reaching out to people who have that influence, they have the following, and also doing social media ads. And now that we're here, we'll try to do some flyers. So when cars are driving by, we can just hand it to them, play some loud music for a day or two, so they know business has started and they can actually walk in and shop from us.
What did it cost you to set this up? How much did you have to put in?
I'll be very honest. So we took a loan, a huge loan. We took equivalent at the time was 20,000 euros. And we thought, oh, 20,000 euros is a lot of money. We're coming to set up a fancy business. 20,000 euros in Ghana, it's chicken change. If you're going to pay your rent for a year or 2 years, you're going to buy supplies, they're going to sort out your own electricity stuff because some landlords won't give you, you know, the correct wiring and all of that. So overall, I'd say at the moment we spent a good maybe 40 to 50,000 euros.
Wow.
Yes, and I'm being as realistic as possible. Because you're constantly pumping money into the business. It never stops.
What other things do you do now that you're in Ghana? What are you doing to make your stay a nice stay, I guess?
Good question. So it's been work. Finding the time to actually relax and tune out has been such a challenge because on the weekends that's when you're because I'm a mother as well, you're trying to cook, do laundry, do this, do that, spend time with your child, and sometimes I feel guilty. That days I'm like, oh my god, because I think I don't have time. You know, I'm like, oh my god, I haven't read a book with my daughter in like a week. Oh snap! Oh my god, I haven't like put her to bed in like a week. Oh snap! But I think it comes with the territory. It comes with the business. If you want to start a business, you have to find that middle ground because one is going to have to give. And currently I feel like, oh, it's my family life that is struggling because we're so fixated on the business and trying to get the most out of it. But eventually we're hoping things to, you know, calm down and we can have that quality time, you know, with the family, and then we'll have people who are competent enough to run the business while we just take a break and relax a bit. Last Christmas, we didn't do anything. People were like, oh, you're in Ghana, you didn't go to this concert, you didn't go to that concert. No, we're sitting in the shop. And this Christmas, I don't even know how it's going to work out. Like, I don't know if we're going to have time to tune out and go have fun.
Anyway, Sissy, can you take me around your shop and show me what you have?
Absolutely. So we can start right here. We have 2 fridges in the shop. So this one is mainly to stock our fresh produce. And because we are new in this location, people don't know we have fresh produce. So we have the tomatoes, garden eggs, the shito, carrots, apples, and we have some yogurt in here as well. And then in our freezers, we have all the frozen meats. So the organic beef, the minced meats, the chicken, the different parts of the chicken. We have fresh fish as well. And then we have frozen yam, sausages, gizzard, frozen vegetables, fruits, frozen strawberry. People love that one.
Yeah,
like, people buy it a lot. It's one of our best sellers, the frozen
strawberries.
I don't know what people do with it. Maybe baking or smoothies.
Smoothies. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So that's when you walk further, this is like our drinks aisle. So we've sort of labeled it, so it's easier for people who come in to see where to find things. Because you might come into the shop and have like 10 minutes to do your shopping. We don't want you to ask us like, oh, where do I find this? Where do I find that? But you just see it. So we have the drinks, non-alcoholic and alcoholic drinks here.
Did you have to get like a special license to sell alcohol?
No, we didn't have to. We didn't have to at all.
Maybe it doesn't apply in Ghana.
Maybe I know in Europe it does.
Yeah, same.
But here, no. And no one asked us to buy any special like. So when you come to this side,
like Nutella or something?
Yes, it's made in Ghana, Top Choco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What's the most popular thing you have here that people buy a lot?
Oh, people love this granola. It's by a Ghanaian lady.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, Eats Clean Kitchen.
Oh, okay.
She makes granola. She makes all the cereals and like the coconut mixes. People love it. Like it sells out so fast. The granola. I don't know. I've tried it. It's really good.
Okay.
And all these things, all these products are FDA approved. As well. So Ghanaians are doing fantastic. Really well.
That's good. And I'm glad you're putting it out there as well because a lot of the grocery shops have imported stuff.
Yes.
So I'm glad you have a good balance of everything.
So this is our breakfast. These are our breakfast items.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then here we have our snacks.
Oh, you've got Coffee Mate as well.
Yes. We have coffee. We have tea. We have custard, cereals, corn grits. House of Cocoa, that one sells as well. People love it.
Yeah, okay.
But making House of Cocoa for me is such it's so tedious. Like I'll just go to the lady by the roadside and buy it. It's the easiest for me, really. Like I tried making it once at home. I was like, it's not worth it. Like I pay 5 CDs. It's better paying that 5 CDs than
standing here for this long staring cocoa.
Here as well, we have our snacks items. So these ones are made in Ghana. She makes dried mango, dried fruits, dried coconuts.
Yeah, okay.
This one's another lady. She makes roasted peanuts and peanut butter as well.
Okay.
And the Perk biscuits, I think they're made in Ghana as well. People love it.
Yeah. They're very common.
And then here we have baby products. So the diapers, the baby food, we're going to add more to it. So we're trying to figure out where we're going to stock the rest of the things.
Okay.
So we have the diapers, we have the baby food. We even have adult diapers as well for people who have elderly family members who need diapers. And some soap, oil, baby oil.
So these are these the things the carpenter was making for you?
Yes.
Oh,
exactly. And it took so long to make. We wanted it to be as natural as possible. We didn't want to use the metallic or plastic shelves.
So the color is nice. I like it. What did you pay?
For the wood, so the woodwork, initially the plan was to pay 10,000 for all the shelves to be done.
Right.
But we ended up spending above that because he didn't finish the work and we had to contract someone else. So he also came and took another charge. And then he didn't finish it and the third person came and did it.
So you had to go with a third person? Oh my God.
So we ended up spending, I don't even know, right now probably like 20,000 just to do the wood, the shelves. And then we have here the health and beauty stuffs. So we have like the deodorant spray, the sanitary pads, the lotions, the body wash. We have a few hair items, hair products from Air Naturals. She's in Ghana.
I've heard of her. I think.
Love her products. And then we have some like tools as well, detangling brushes and stuff. And we have some lubricants, some condoms, if you want to.
You really do have a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. So that when you come here, you don't have to go looking elsewhere. So we try to have bits and pieces of everything. And that's also a challenge, right? Because when you start a business like this, you don't even know what to stock. So you're constantly like walking into other supermarkets, taking notes, and then trying to figure out, okay, where to put stuff, what do I get, what do I leave out? Because I can't buy everything.
Everything, of course,
So we have here the cleaning and household items. So just like your fabric softeners, your air fresheners, your toothpaste, dishwashing soap, bar soap, repellents, and stuff like that. Your bleach, your bin bags, all of that is here. And this is like your party items. If you have a party and you want like some plates, disposable stuff. And then on this side, it's the baking items. So we have some almond flakes, flour finished. So we're going to get some new supplies for the flour, and some oils, so coconut oil. And oil is so expensive these days.
It's so expensive now.
Last year I bought oil last year for I think like 20 cedis. I don't know. And now oil is selling at like 55 cedis.
Yeah. Even the Frito, like the regular. Yeah, this one.
And here's the canned foods. Okay. So we have all the canned stuff.
Yeah.
For cooking, if you want some baked beans, you know, canned carrots, salt, chopped tomatoes, all of that is here. And the rice, pasta, those ones are here. The banku mix, the fufu, the lasagna. Chicken breast in can. People love Kirkland products. Like they're always like, oh, don't you have this from Kirkland? Don't you have that? I'm like, I can't have it all, but I'm working towards it. So give us a bit of time.
Yeah. Well, I love what you're doing. I think you're doing a great job. I think it's not necessarily about the shop for me. I think it's the fact that, you know, you were able to leave your comfort and do something different. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of the time people think it's just about coming and becoming successful here. It's just about the experience. You know what I mean? And the things you learn. Nobody knows what the next 5 years is going to look like. You might move back, but still, nobody can take this experience away from you. You know what I mean? So,
exactly. That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
I'm taking a day at a time, really.
Yeah, good.
But we love it. We're loving it. My daughter loves it here. She loves the nursery.
Oh, lovely.
And she speaks
How old is she?
She'll be 4 soon.
Okay.
When you see her, she'll tell you, I'll be 4 in December. Not knowing we're in December.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but she loves it here. And I think it's also good for her. She's bonding with her other grandparents here because my parents live in Germany.
Right.
And my husband's parents live here.
In Ghana.
Yeah, so they're getting to spend more time with their granddaughter.
Right.
And she's really loving the sun. It's not cold.
Yeah. Thanks for being my channel,
Thank
Sissy. Thanks for sharing all your information.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, that's all right. You're welcome. I hope you guys have learned a thing or two from Sissy today. I'm going to do a bit of a shop definitely because I've seen a few things. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more business related content, make sure you give me a thumbs up so I know. Where can they find you, Sissy, if they want to contact you?
I'm on social media at Konzoom Shop, Konzoom. It's Consume, but we've just played on the word consume and it's consume.
Oh, right.
So Konzoom.
I was going to ask what does that mean. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then if they're driving, they can come here to the Teshi Bush Road, just adjacent to Marshall Pharmacy. Okay. Or opposite the ICGC. They'll find this as well.
Okay. Is there a contact number as well?
Yes. They can reach us on WhatsApp on 055 050 4133.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
For all their inquiries.
Okay, cool. All right, all the information will be in the description box below. Don't forget to follow your bliss. So my life is short. Follow your bliss, na nipa yedeng. Follow your bliss, na di besibia ye. Follow your bliss, na den mada. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.